Purposely. Your life, God's purpose. Listen at purposely.com.
I know she didn't mean to do it. I know it was an accident, and that was fine. Where the trouble came was when she refused to say she was sorry. I'm Julie Lyles-Carr. This is God on the Go, part of the Purposely Podcast Network. We come alongside you to help you make the minutes matter when you're in the car, on the way to school, or you're going to that practice, wherever you are, moments that you can have little conversations about the things that matter the most. We're in a series called Quick and Slow. We're taking a look at the things that Scripture tells us to be quick about and the things that Scripture tells us to be slow about. One of my kids, she accidentally, when she was little, ended up smacking one of her uncles, one of my brothers, in the face. She did not mean to do it. They were playing around and wrestling and just having a good time. And then she just backhanded him. And it was actually a big connect. It was a big smack. That was fine. He's such a good uncle, and he knew it was an accident. It didn't matter. But for some reason, it ended up turning into a whole event because my kiddo, she would not say she was sorry. She just dug in. It was an accident. I didn't mean to. It was an accident. We know all that. We know all that. Just tell your uncle that you're sorry. And she wouldn't do it. I mean, she just dug in. Do you ever feel that way sometimes? Like maybe you know you should apologize, but it's just awfully hard to do it. Or maybe you have someone in your life who's like that. They just can't seem to form the words, I'm sorry, without more explanation or defending themselves or something like that. Experts tell us that we apologize 8 to 9 times a day. But I have to say, when I read that number, I thought, well, there are some people who I think are really good at apologizing. And there are some people who, even if they're saying the words, it doesn't feel like they're very good at it. And one thing that I know for sure, when it comes to apologizing for things, when it comes to forgiving people for things, this is one of those places that we sometimes have quick and slow all mixed up. I think about Jacob and Esau. They were brothers who ended up in quite a battle against each other because Jacob ended up getting Esau's portion of something that should have been Esau's when their parents passed away. Jacob did it because he tricked his brother. He did some things that really were not on the up and up. And then he got scared because he was worried his brother was really going to come after him. And he had good reason to be scared because his brother was big mad. And so Jacob ended up leaving the area where he had been living to get further away from his brother. And after he left, Jacob stayed away for a long time. Years went by, and finally a season came in which Jacob felt like he needed to go back. He needed to somehow try to make it right with his brother. And here's the beautiful thing. They were slow to apologize to each other. When Jacob came back, he and Esau both said, oh, wow, I'm sorry. I did stuff I shouldn't have done. I reacted in ways that I should not have reacted. I'm so sorry. But here's the thing that's beautiful. Even though they had taken way too long to apologize to each other, they were quick to forgive each other. Have you thought about that? Have you had a situation in which something happens, someone does apologize to you, but then you're slow to forgive? Maybe you're someone who's really good about apologizing early, apologizing quickly, but if someone does something to you, you hang on to it for a long time. This is part of the formula that I think we sometimes forget. We need to be both quick to apologize and quick to forgive. We need to be slow to blame each other. How does that one feel? When someone does something or you think you're observing something, it can be really fast to run to blaming someone instead of slowing things down, not getting all focused on blame, but instead being focused on either apologizing or on forgiving. And sometimes in situations with people, we have to do both. We have to both apologize and forgive because we've been on both sides of the equations in whatever the event was that caused this hurt or this anger. Matthew 5:23 and 24 says, if you remember that someone has something against you, leave your sacrifice there at the altar, go and be reconciled to that person. What Matthew's telling us is that, hey, even if you are at church and you realize, I haven't forgiven my sister for that thing that she did earlier today, or I haven't apologized to my friend for that thing that I said to him. Well, The best way to honor God in that situation is to go and make sure that you have created amends, that you have asked someone to forgive you, that you have asked for forgiveness, that you have forgiven them for what they've done. That's where we want to be quick and slow. Quick to apologize, quick to forgive, slow to place blame. A big shout out to George Fox University. They are our beloved sponsor for God on the Go. They have such a unique approach to education, and you can learn more about how they work, where they operate, where they're located, all of the fantastic things that they offer your college-age student at georgefox.edu. I'll see you next time here at God on the Go.